Wanted to share my thought process on, when there's an idea, how do I know when to take action on it? What does that process look like for me? So for me, the first thing I do is actually have a notebook that I keep with me. It's my idea notebook. So, because I have a lot of ideas. So a lot of times I'll take the notebook and I'll just write the idea down when it pops into my head. If I think it's a good idea, I'll write it down and just kind of let it sit there. Now, if it's an idea that it won't leave my head. I feel very strongly about and excited about it. And so that's kind of the reason why I dump it out, right, too, because in that moment I'm excited, but I might not be as excited about it a week from then. So I just kind of want to let that marinate and see how I feel about it over a little bit of time. And if it's persistent, in my mind, then I start to put more attention to that. So what I like to do is then I'll sit down and I'll, put some thought to it. So it's like, okay, what's the idea? If I were to implement this idea, how would I go about doing that? Do I have the time and the resources to allocate towards that particular thing? What do I think the end result of that will be? Is there something like that already out there? Doing some market research, trying to figure out, is that product already available? How good is it? So doing kind of just like a market analysis on your idea to see if it's something that is worth pursuing even. And then I think about too, what's the upside of this? What's the downside? How long will it take to implement this idea? Because that's another big thing. If it's a big project, something that's going to be a really big time commitment, maybe it is a great idea and it's worth pursuing, but maybe not at this particular time. Because I know, after doing some research and thinking about it, well, it's going to take a year to develop this thing and I don't really have that kind of bandwidth right now. So that gets put on the back burner. Or if I do have the time and ability to do it, then, creating that action plan. Okay, well, what are the next steps? What tools and resources do I need to get in order to implement this and make it happen? And what's my plan? How are we going to market this? So there's a lot of those kind of things that go into that, all the detailed planning and stuff on the back end. But when that initial idea comes up, sit with it for a while and think about it, because as entrepreneurs, we always have lots of ideas. We're really good at identifying opportunities, and every opportunity is exciting in that moment, but knowing which ones to move forward with, that's a little bit more difficult. So I think the time that you spend kind of sitting with that and seeing how you feel about it later, see if your excitement wanes on that maybe, or if it just increases and you get more excited about it, then to me, that's something worth pursuing.